Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am actually here today with a little walk down memory lane. I believe I made my first video on this channel about 5 or 6 years ago, and one of the first videos I did was of this handgun. By the way, I'd just like to show you that the magazine is empty and nothing in the chamber. Totally clear, totally safe. But just wanted to show you. This is the Beretta Neos. It's the U22. And the reason why I want to revisit this is because I was recently using a 22 long rifle pistol, and it was really, really annoying. I looked at the instructions on it, and it recommended that you use certain kinds of ammunition. It recommended, this was actually kind of funny, it recommended CCI mini mags, but not the hollow point, just the round nose. So I had to go through my collection looking for, because I know I had a ton of mini mags, but most of them are hollow points. So I was looking, I did find some round nose they had. So I took those, and then there was a couple other kinds. It's like it says you couldn't use stingers, and you couldn't use, because you couldn't use hypervelocity, but then you couldn't use slow ones. Like say basically regular 22 that would come out like around 10-50 feet per second in a rifle, because those wouldn't cycle the slide. So if it was too fast or too slow, couldn't use it. Just had to use something middle of the road, and had to be one of like 3 brands. That's kind of ridiculous to me, and that kind of got me feeling nostalgic about this. And like I said, I did my first video on this about, actually I think it might have even been a little more than 5 years ago. And I absolutely love this handgun. It is, I mean, it's basically a target pistol. My only knock on it, it's kind of hard to see the sights right now. It's just kind of like that U-shaped white rear sight, and then I guess I'll try and show a little more like here, and it's just kind of a little bit white at the front. Nothing fancy. It doesn't have fancy target sights, which is my only knock on it, and these sights really aren't that bad. Has a 6-inch barrel. They also make it in a 4.5-inch. Fits really good in the hand. I have pretty large hands, and I get my whole grip on it pretty good, and kind of you tuck your thumb like right in there. You have your safety, ambidextrous safety, and takedown's pretty easy too. You have the dial here, and then it unscrews this whole barrel portion, and then the top part that goes over the bolt, and then when you charge it, you just kind of do this. So if you're taking someone to the range with you who doesn't have the strongest grip strength, this is really easy. I don't see how anyone would have a problem. The mag release, it's a little different. Mag release is right here, so you can actuate that with your index finger when you have a grip on it. And then the mag's pretty cool. It has this button that you can raise and lower, which is pretty nifty. So at the time when I did the video, because I looked at some of my videos the other day to see which videos received certain amounts of views, and in 5 years now, I don't get millions of viewers on my videos. It just doesn't happen. But several of them do have several thousand views, or 10,000 or 15,000 views. Like I said, I don't get a ton of views. It's not a huge channel by any means. But this one only had 800 views. And I just kind of thought it was a shame. Not because it's like, obviously the best Beretta video on the internet, but because it's such a great gun, and I'd like people to just kind of check it out. If you're looking for a 22 target pistol, you just can't beat this thing. Like I said, this other handgun I used constantly had failures to feed, and was getting stovepipes. This handgun is just amazing. When I made the original video, I forget the exact number, but I had been through several thousand rounds of 22, and it just was so reliable. And I would even say now, back then I really didn't have much in the way of firearms. I have a bigger collection now, so on average, I use each one of my handguns a little less than usual because I have other options. And I would say, it has at least 8,000 or 9,000 rounds through. I wouldn't be surprised if it has over 10,000 or 11,000 rounds, to be honest with you. I used to just go and I used to just shoot a few hundred rounds through this quite easily, so it's probably actually over 10,000 rounds. And the only time this gave me problems was when one time I intentionally didn't clean it, because I do take care of it. I clean it regularly and oil it. And this one time I said, you know what, I want to see how long it goes. Giving me problems. I probably must have gone about 1,000 rounds without cleaning it, and then it gave me a couple of problems. I cleaned it after that, and it was fine. So if you even treat this reasonably well, it is going to be like a great handgun for you. When I bought this, it was, I believe, $260 brand new, and actually, if I remember correctly, I think it was a gift. This was a gift from my wife. She bought it for, I want to say, Christmas, and she absolutely hated it. And I've had people make fun of the style of it. I've seen, because they said it kind of looks like a space gun, like you'd see in some like some sci-fi movie. And you know what? I actually think it's a pretty cool look to it. I like that it's a little different, but I can understand how the design might be like a little off-putting to some people, because it is a little different. But if you're just looking for a reasonably priced 22 long rifle, it's just so hard to beat this. I mean, it is. The furthest I've shot this is 75 feet. And like I said, I tend to use CCI, but I've used the absolutely cheap, lousy bulk ammunition, and I've used CCI mini mags quite a bit, and stingers, and it just works. It's very reliable. I'm just like an average handgun shooter. I think I'm nothing special, but I have awesome groups with this gun. I mean, 22 is not a hard gun to shoot, but at 75 feet, I can kind of put them right in the center of the target. Now, the only downfall about this is I don't see them for sale as much as I used to, and I've seen them recently for about $360. So they've gone up about $100, but I kind of chalk that up to all the issues we're having now with in the gun market. So we've had a lot of things have gone up in value recently. But if you can get your hands on one of these, or if you know someone who has one, and you can borrow it for a little while, definitely check this out. It's just absolutely awesome. And like I said, the ergonomics on it, I find, are great. Absolutely awesome. Like I said, great target pistol. I'd actually love to have one of these in a 4.5-inch barrel. You can, as far as I know, if you find the 4.5-inch barrel, it is interchangeable. Like I said, just turn this dial, it releases a screw, and this whole part gets released. I know that YouTube looks down on assembling and disassembling guns, so I think even just a basic breakdown might violate that. So I won't right now, but you get the idea about how easy it is. So, like I said, just very, very cool. And another thing that they used to make, and I kicked myself for not getting it, was they actually had a carbine kit where you can basically save this whole bottom receiver, and they would have a 16-inch barrel that you can put on it with a kind of like a modified like carbine stock, which is very cool. They didn't make it too long. I think they might have run into some legal issues because of the possibility of people putting the shorter barrel on the carbine stock. So you don't really see those anymore, which is unfortunate. So, like I said, I just wanted to put this on your radars. So if you ever run into one, either a friend has it, you see it in the store, and you're looking for a good 22 bargain, you do not get more reliable than this. Now, I know I am very biased. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I love Beretta. But this one is awesome. So, like I said, have a good day, guys. And like I said, Beretta U22 Neos. So check it out. You will not be sorry you did. Have a good one.